Hi Daishia, my name is Christina. I'm with KC Phoenix SEO. I've been talking to you about getting you some tips on your website and SEO services to get you ranked higher on Google. So the first thing that I want to talk to you about your site is the site looks good. The only thing that I would suggest is right here at the top, this is covering up your menu bar. Looks like a login and a cart page. So without being able to see background of how your site is set up, I would look and see if you can somehow adjust that to where it's not blocking your shop, because I can't click on your shop without clicking on the login. But if you go down here to the bottom, that's where I found out where I can get to your shop. So that's the first thing that I suggest. The second thing is we're going to talk about the 3 things to set your company above the competition. So you're looking at event planning. And I know you talked about you want to do it locally first. I looked at where Riverdale is, and it looks like it's pretty close to Atlanta. So I would start with event planning near Atlanta, since that's going to be more customers in the area. So the first thing that we look at when we talk about SEO is content. The average site needs 1,000 to 1,500 words of content to be optimized with Google on the front page. When I look at your front page, it looks like you've got about 300. Yeah, I'd say about 300 words. So the first thing that I would do if I was going to do SEO for your site is get up to that 1,000 to 1,500 words. You can hire a content writer that's a professional that's going to know how Google is going to look at it, but you want to get some keywords in there such as event planning for Atlanta, Georgia, anything that somebody's going to search for to find your service. When I looked at your #1 competitors in the Atlanta area, it looks like it's going to be One Touch Events. So what I did was I searched event planning Atlanta, Georgia, and when you come down, first you're going to run into some of these large websites like eventective.com, and that's going to have a bunch of listings of event planners. So you got to get through those first, because they just have so much content that there's just no way that any website could compete with it. So you definitely would want to get listed on those, but the first person that pops up is chrislavender.com, and then the next one is One Touch Events. So I pulled up One Touch Events, and when I look at their page, I'd say that they probably have 300 to 500 words as well. So that's one way you can beat them, is just by getting more content that's going to be optimized for Google. The second thing that I wanted to show you when I look at SEO services is what we call the map pack. So anytime that somebody searches in Google for something, it's going to pop up with a map close to the area, and then you're going to look at what we call the NAPs, which are the name of the business, the address of the business, and the phone number of the business where it's listed. So you can get at the top of a map pack without actually ranking your website. And the way you're going to do that is with citations. So when you want to get citations, you have to submit your information for your business into directories such as Yellow Pages, Yelp, CityStar, etc. And I have this tool it's called WhiteSpark. You can get this. It's $30 to $70 a month. It's whitespark.ca, where you can plug in and see how many citations people have. So when you look here, Legendary Events is at the top. So just to compare you, I have yours in here, and you have 13 citations. Legendary Events has 130. So obviously they're going to be blowing their competition out of the water. First thing that I would do, well, I guess this is the second thing since we're talking about citations, but the next thing that I would do is go in and get your business listed in all those citations. And if you use this resource, then you can actually click on the business and see every citation that they're listed under, so you can go and get those as well and get listed under every single one of these citations. Some of them cost money, some of them don't, so if you want to look at free ones to start with, that would be my suggestion, and then as your business expands, then you can look at getting some of these that do cost a little bit of money to get listed on. So that's the next thing I would do, is probably shoot for about 200 citations so that you can blow these guys out of the water and get the top of the map pack. I don't know about you, when I'm looking at services, sometimes I don't go any further than the map pack because I want to see how far of a drive time it is from me. Since your stuff does ship, it might not be as important, but this is definitely something that I use when I'm searching Google. And the third thing that I want to talk about is link juice. So these are backlinks that come to your site. It simply works like this. Site A points to Site B. Site A is the link juice, which gives Site B more authority in Google's eyes, almost kind of like a popularity contest. So if you have more sites coming in, then Google should say, wow, you've got more power, you're more trustworthy of a site, so we're going to put you up higher. So Link Juice is also more effective if you have a relative site linking back to you. For example, a blog post that you have your website listed under that talks about event planning is going to give you more authority than, say, a pizza place that you have a blog under, because you don't sling pizza for a living. So you definitely want to find stuff that has to do with event planning. It does look like your site's relatively new, but right now you're not showing any kind of data. It does take 3 to 6 months for all of this stuff to start showing up. This is another tool that I use called Ahrefs that you can go and get, ahrefs.com. Costs me $100 a month, but it's a great tool for looking up what your competitors are doing and trying to stay above them. So right now you're not showing anything. Could just be that because you're such a new website. But when you look at your competition, which is One Touch Events is the top of the list, here they've got 102 websites with 409 backlinks are coming back to their page. And they've got 655 keywords that they're showing up for. So those keywords like event planning companies Atlanta, event planners in Atlanta, Georgia, corporate event planners Atlanta, etc. And when you see here, the volume means that there's 100 people a month that are searching this keyword, and they're in the second position. Event planners in Atlanta, Georgia, 150 people per month. So obviously the more people that look at this searches, the more people that could possibly click on your website, the more people that will probably buy your services. So that's where you want to use these keywords to get ranked for, by getting those backlinks. So I hope this does help get you started. In closing, we talked about content. We're getting that 1,000 to 1,500 words on your front page. Citations, getting listed under all of those. You do have a good start to that, so just keep adding to that. Once you get over 200 citations, it's time consuming, but it's well worth it. Then you should beat out your competition for the map pack, and then the link juice, which is those backlinks. So blogging is the best way to do it. They have the highest authority. Some of them do cost money, so just depends on how much money you want to put back into it. I do hope this helps, and I hope this gets you started. If you've got any questions, give me a call at 816-323-4100. Again, my name's Christina. If you need any help with this, I can definitely put together a proposal for you that's going to be budget friendly. I'd love to get you started. So thank you for taking the time to check out this video, and hope to hear from you soon. Thanks. Bye.